Hello, everyone. What's up, guys? Today we are joined by the fabulous, the amazing, and I've heard sometimes very naughty Magenta Le Sage. Did I say that right? Le Sage?
Yes, darling, it's Lesage, like massage.
Le Sage. How are you?
I'm all right, and you, darling.
I'm excellent. Thank you very much. We do take, for those who are here, we take viewer questions in the middle of the interview. So if you do have questions, keep them in mind, write them down. Don't forget them, and we'll get to a point where we can ask them. Um, of course, all rules apply. Magenta gets to choose whether to answer or not. But
I've got no secrets to hide. The only secret I've got is one I'm sitting on.
oh, an open book.
Here we go, darling.
First question, as always, tell us about yourself.
All right, darling. I'm a mixed breed. Mother's British, father was a sperm donor. Anyway, long story short, grew up very, in the closet, as they call it. Primary school I enjoyed very much. But high school was a bit of a drain. So, in the middle of in the standard eight back in them days, we moved all the way down here to Cape Town, and so I had no real friends. But other than that, I always knew I was destined to be a performer. So, got stuck into my current career at age 21, worked my way up, got my master's degree in that, and eventually, about 6 years ago, darling, started my own company. But besides that, there was a longing bursting inside of me to be a drag performer. So, we started drag 2 years prior to the lockdown.
Okay.
And yeah, and I was going to become a stage performer, enter all these drag queen competitions um,
Mm-hmm.
but anyway, long story short, so COVID came along. Prior to that, I was going to go to Club 021 and I was going to audition. And then Beefcakes also auditioned on open mic night. And, do a little bit of a booty dance thing. I do comedy a little bit.
Nice.
But my comedy is very English, right, darling? Very dry, very dirty, that sort of thing. And then COVID hit. So I thought, well, I love my horror games. And one of my favorite is obviously Silent Hill. That's what got me into the gaming in the first place. Silent Hill and Resident Evil. So those are my two. When my son would play Gran Turismo and Grand Theft Auto and all those car games, not for me. For those of you who love it, I love watching your channels. Not for me, darling. I drive the real car. So I had a Lotus Elise and I had a monster truck and I had a 72 VIP Valiant Regal. So I love cars. I really do. But I love driving them. I don't like simulation.
Okay, nice.
Yes, so then COVID came and I thought, okay, so let's do combination, darling. This gorgeous body, all the skin, and my talent needs to get out there. So I initially started the YouTube channel thinking, oh, I'd like to share my artistry, my love and passion for drag. With the world, and also, perhaps look, I'm not the best gamer, but I give it a jolly good try. And the reason why I love horror games, I'm a horror fanatic, right? So I'm very dark and twisted. And about 10 years ago, my bed was this huge bat cave. Really, it was all black and bat, huge bat
Nice.
cave. So that's me, darling. Anyway, I got off track. That's me, right? In a nutshell, this little nutshell, darling. So yes, and that's how I came to my do what I'm doing currently.
Okay.
The, the clubs are still not open. Well, to that effect, where people throw money at you. So yeah.
To the factory people throw money at you.
Yes, of course,
I
darling.
wish I could do that.
Yes, I wish you could do that too, darling. Really. Put one in here, one in here, one here, I got to be 200 Rand next. Anything lower
Yes.
than, yes, anything lower than that, darling, is, I need new heels and a new wig, so it costs money, sweetie.
When am I gonna get her clothing?
Yeah. I've got more bloody high heels than I have, well, ordinary shoes. Really, I've got a whole two trunks. And when I say trunks, well, huge trunks, and they're just full of heels. I
Wow.
love heels. You know, that's where this whole, you know, I don't want to be a woman. Okay, let's just get that out there. So the difference between trans woman and drag is I like being, now viewer discretion, right? And you know, don't judge me on this. I like being the real me in my body.
Mhm.
I like the illusion and the stage of, you know, the opposite sex.
Yes.
So I love wearing high heels. My God, if I could go to work in high heels, I would love it. And I'd just be about that 9 inch, and I can run in them and I can dance in them. You know, I can do more in them than most women can. Anyway, long story short, so that's
Naughty,
yes,
naughty.
I can even do that, sweetie. I can even do that. But yeah, so you know, my fetish for and you know, when I was, gosh, I must have been 8 years old. My mother is a seamstress, so she made these gorgeous, huge wedding gowns. So during, we came home early one day. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so there I am, dressed up in this gorgeous white wedding gown with heels. God knows where I found those heels that fitted at those days. And here I am running in the streets, running over the hill, and there's this bucky that stops and, you know, looks very keen. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit. So you just, you know, I'm like running in between the grass, you know, and then suddenly it's like, dude, you look like a big white doily. How the hell do you think you're going to hide in the grass? So luckily my friend just lived right across the park, and this is all goddamn true, you know. Erika and, ooh, I don't even, the sister used to suck face with someone, but anyway, long story short, so I'm like, Erika, Erika, and so she's like, open the gate. I had a big boxer. I love the dog. I love dogs. Anyway, so I was safe from this man in this bucky. But then I, you know, it started at a young age. I didn't want to be a woman, darling, but I did want to express myself. The correct term would be trans girl or trans boy. So a
Okay.
trans girl, in other words, a man dressed as a woman every day of his life or her life, is a woman trapped in a man's body.
Yes.
So that's what the trans, or as you would refer to as cross-dressing, be. I love being. Oh, do I have to say something? I love being a man in a man's body, but I love, you know, this is my alter
Like
ego. In other words,
portraying.
yes, my alter ego.
Yes.
So you know, back in the days, it used to be Marilyn Manson, and you know, now that I've grown
Mm.
up, I'm and drag. You know, they're the same thing. So I'm like, yeah, you know. So this is my alter ego, darling. And yes, when I'm out in public, when I'm Magenta LeSage, who I am now, she has no filter and she has no fear. Because, honey, if you're going to come for me, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You know?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, honey. I'll take these shoes off and I'll beat the crap out of you. I mean, if I've survived this long, you know, in this there's this more dominant heterosexual world, then I'm surely going to beat the crap out of you. Seriously. So that's the
Okay.
difference between trance and, you know, drag. In other words,
Yes.
drag is the impersonating the opposite sex purely for A, entertainment, B, um, expressing yourself, C, the art of it. So you get a drag king, which would be a woman who dresses as and a drag king and a drag queen aren't necessarily gay. However, I'm as queer as fucked up.
um now because my first exposure to a man wearing female clothing and makeup and just looking fabulous is Eddie Izzard. But he considered
Yes.
himself a, well, back then before we were more PC, a cross dresser.
Yes. In other words, he wanted to be a woman. He lived,
Okay, interesting.
you know, yes. So I don't live as a woman. Although,
Mm.
if I had the choice, I don't know if you ever saw that American guy. Don't ask me his name. I'm not allowed to name call. But he goes to work in a skirt and heels. But he's married to a woman and he's got 2 kids. And they're very proud of him.
Mm.
So that would be a this is where it all gets blurry for me
Yeah.
because must be the plus and the questioning. He's straight, but he loves skirts and heels. Now I'm gay and I love skirts and heels, but you know it's just it's a thing,
Yeah.
you know.
I gotta go through my questions now because you're asking, you're answering so many questions in one question, which is great. I just want to make sure I'm not asking two things at the same time, or two of the similar
Explain them in
things.
two different ways, you know. In other words, it's like all things in life. There's so many different positions to do it.
Exactly. See, someone gets
Ooh.
it. All right. So the name, obviously, when you, I use the word persona because that's what I've heard. So when you came up with your persona, how did you get to the name Magenta? Do you like the color or?
Right, three things about magenta. A, yes, the color, I love it. It's like a fuchsia, it's a purple, it's a pink, it's a very flamboyant, and you know, yeah, it's fabulous. Secondly, I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's one of the
Oh, it's excellent.
you know, movies I grew up with that I was allowed to watch without being out of the closet, and you
Mm.
know, and then thirdly, if you go back to the 1600s, one of the most famous recorded actual witch in history, her name was Magenta. So, you know,
Oh,
it stems from all three of those. And then Le Sage is Italian, darling.
okay.
So it's sort of like Je sais toi me culpa.
I thought it
You
was
know?
French.
No, je sais toi me culpa. There's I've made a mistake. You're right, Finch. It's been such a long time, honey. Really. I mean, I have
That's
become,
my
and we
surname's
all know
French.
I'm, and we all, yeah, it's French, and we all know I'm more British than anything, darling. So,
So
you know, European.
we're so similar. I
Yes.
have British. I've got French in my family. We might be
Oh,
family.
here we go. Yes.
But is it just me who feels like magenta also sounds like a very naughty word to say? I don't know.
Yes, I know. Do you want to magenta says je m'assieds toi?
Exactly.
Yes, darling, we can go
Ma-
French nooking. You like?
Magenta sacre bleu.
Yeah, I do sound very good.
um,
Yeah, PC.
all right, I did have a question. Maybe you have a different answer or something. Um, I was gonna ask. May I ask who you are outside of your drag queen persona?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
Because I own two companies
Mm.
and we live in South Africa, you know, the stigma goes beyond education.
Yes.
So if South Africans would become more educated about who I am and what I do,
Mm.
then yes, but for fear of um
What's the word?
yeah, you know, I own two companies,
Yes.
so let's
Yes.
keep them apart. And you know, my wish is that they never find out, and the day that they do find out,
On that day, he'll be rich enough that it doesn't matter.
exactly. Cheers. You know, someone can read between the damn.
uh, do you see being a drag queen as expressive art or a way to free yourself from your everyday self?
Once again, as I said earlier, it's my alter ego.
Mm.
So it is expressive art in the sense that, you know, a lot of the things I wear, I make myself. Like this is a combination of two different wigs. And, you know, the outfits we make, the things. So it is art, you know, it's expressive art. I do my own nails, you know, that sort of thing. Um, and then secondly, it is an escape because, um, you know, in my day-to-day job, and I'm a workaholic, actually, to be quite honest, I'm always at work. I'm such a perfectionist. Everything's, you know, there's no gray matter. So as an alter ego, you know, you've got what you must be. In other words, you live on this earth, you were born, you must earn a salary, you need to pay bills if you want to, you know, have a decent life. And then there's the other part of you, and this is the thing, and you know, I'm just at least willing to admit to it. So the other part of the you is, look, I want to, you know, drag race my car all day long and not have to work. I want to, you know, I don't know, some people, you know, yeah, I've got to choose very carefully now because now we're going to, you know, dangerous
Yes.
territories.
Yes.
You know, some people want to do drag but are afraid, you know, what their wife's going to say, for instance.
Yes.
So, and also, I'm just man enough to, you know, do what I want to do in public as an alter ego. So this is, you know, most people, you know what, I do drag, darling, and I do horror gaming. Those are my two favorite things apart from my fur babies and you know, my aquatics room. But other than that, darling, this is what, I live for. This
Yeah.
is what makes life worth living for. And, at a stage, I am at a point where certain respected members of my public do know what I do. And as they find out, obviously it is welcome. So, but you know who to who you can
Yes.
share with and who you can't.
Mm. Oh, we are
So, yeah.
becoming even in South Africa, slowly but surely, we are getting to a point where we are becoming more progressively acceptable.
Yes. Yes.
Um, accepting of many things. Soon we'll be having furries. you know,
Yes.
because they get a
Yes.
lot. They're getting a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Poor guys. But yeah, we are slowly moving towards a more accepting community in South Africa as well, which is great, which is amazing.
Yes. Yes.
It started off as we need to I almost want to say free the gays, and now we've got our clubs and all that. So now we've
Yeah.
got to move to the more harder things, I guess, for the older folks,
Keep
to accept.
keep talking about the harder things, darling. Yeah. Once again, I'm man enough some of my public to get to know
Mm,
me.
mm.
So it's not like I'm hiding who I am or I'm ashamed of who I am. Obviously, you've got to put the two contexts together. So yes, you're right. We are becoming progressively more accepting. But yes, it is the older generations that, it's like tattoos. Sorry, I've got clients who go, ooh, only people that were in jail or came off the ships had tattoos. So if you had a tattoo, you're, yeah, yes, a loss lucky.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, so I said, no, honey, these tattoos are, it's expression. And besides, every kid today has one, whether it's hidden or not.
Yeah, I mean, I got tattoos. I love my tattoos.
Here we go.
I want to get more tattoos.
Yeah, so do I, but they're damn expensive. And we're in a goddamn recession, darling.
Well, I got mine for special prices because I know the artist. If you ever need an artist, I know the most amazing guy.
Can I, can I pay him in kindness, darling?
Well, I mean,
We can
if
arrange that. Off
yeah.
air, off air. Ooh, Mama, go get a tattoo. I mean,
All right, so we actually did have Nana Chaos ask this, so we're gonna move to that question.
right.
You are a YouTuber.
Yes.
Rather recent, I think.
Well, it's been a year now.
A
Like I
year, a
said,
year.
yeah, like I said, during COVID, we decided we had to do something.
All right, so um, how have you been? How can I put this? So what made you want to be a content creator on YouTube, and how have you been? How's it been like making videos, experiencing what it's like to be a YouTuber? I'm just gonna paste your link in the chat as well as we
No,
speak.
that's fine. What made me start a YouTube channel is, look, once again, I was going to be an on-stage performer. But being a workaholic, you've got to make time for everything. So you've basically got to choose what you want to do. So in the evenings during the week when I get home and you want to just like lock away from the world, you play I play Xbox a lot.
Mm.
So, PC and Xbox are my two gaming consoles. So I would Xbox a lot. When lockdown came, I've got the whole horror collection going on here. And so drag was sort of put on the shelf for, a good 6 to 8 months, I think it was. And suddenly, when one could move around again, I we had some friends over and we were like playing games and I was stuffing around with makeup and so they said like you're bloody brilliant at what you do, and I'm like yeah and then the channel came about. So mainly my channel is about sharing my passion for horror gaming in my alter ego. And I'm quite adrenaline rushed when I play horror games, and that's why I play them.
Yeah.
Is the scares, this things jumping out, suddenly falling through the ground, or the twilight. It gives me adrenaline rush. I love adrenaline, and so being scared of obviously most of the horror games I play is supernatural or a demonology or that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So being scared of something that just might be real gives me an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Um, I'm hoping to start another channel where we do ghost hunting and urban exploring and that. But once again, we've got to find the time for that. So I've got a genuine lust for horror, and gaming is unwinding, relaxing. You go into your own world, you focus. I don't know. So the gaming and creating content was hard in the beginning because living in South Africa, you don't know how to the drag facade. But in my first video, hi, I'm Sergeant, I'm a drag artist, and I punched it out there, and I think there is a column called Gamers, which is spelled Gaymers, gamers, as in gay gamers.
Yeah.
So then I started discovering that there's so not a lot of them are drag queens, but a lot of them are buddies. So I got a few likes in the beginning. I think the one I got the most likes for was where I dressed up as Lady Dimitrescu's daughter, which was Resident Evil 8, or the first episode. I think I got 192 views.
Nice.
Um, and from that sort of it built, and then you get your regulars, and then I started watching theirs, and so I'm actually part of this big community. These are so we've actually created friendship across the pond, as they call it. And through them, we get more and more and keeps rolling. So I'm really enjoying creating content, and I try and play original games. And that way because I never like the games that I play. And, so it takes me a while to get used to the gameplay in the beginning, and then get used to the game and how it works and the mechanics behind it. And sometimes I go blank because I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like concentrating, I'm like, or I'm like, if you go look at my one movie, upload, I'll tell you now what the game's name is. Anyway, I got such a big fright that the chair broke underneath me, and I slammed straight into this camera and down. And I used to have one of those mics, and as I came up, my hair. Um, God, I can't remember the game now. But anyway, it's on my channel.
It wasn't
Yeah.
the Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Five Nights at Freddy, the new one. Oh my frick. People, that is definitely an adrenaline. You know, I play it in the dark, so I've got a few lights here that lights up, my gorgeous face. And then other than that, it's dark. And then, so I play this. And I've also got one of those personalities that if and I say it in all my videos, well, this is the 100th time I die, so by now I should pass, Mr. or Mrs. or pass this path. But there is a point where I get frustrated.
Yeah.
And I say it in my games. I say, look, I'm going to sleep on this one because it's now literally take 200 to bypass X, Y, and Z. But yeah, so by being original, in other words, not knowing the game, not knowing, what I'm facing, by having genuine reactions, it is building content for a certain audience, which is discovering me as we go along. And yeah, so that was a big, fat, long answer for just such a short question. I hope you kept track of that. You asked me why the YouTube channel and how the content and how am I finding it. So yes, I'm enjoying it thoroughly. I'm enjoying the international friends that I'm making. And in a way, I love it, but in a way, it's sad that you don't make such friends in your local area.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think about that a lot. I am a person at the end of the deep person at the end of the day. So, but yeah, so I joined a few South African gamers, and they haven't returned the favor. So, you take it as it comes. My people in the UK, Scotland, and America, they love me, and we chat. I try and make their live streams. I haven't started live streaming yet. I'm not confident enough of that.
Yeah, you should.
But I join their live streams whenever, and then we have like these fat conversations. I try not to disturb their gaming, but yes, they're always so happy to see me, and you know, I'm loving it.
Nah, you're a natural from the camera. You should definitely do live.
Yes, I know, darling. But I just, you know, I say naughty things that I have to edit out sometimes. So, you know, I got that warning. Don't get demonetized. Don't get this bloke's channel cancelled, because we all know how Magenta is. Like, right, you know.
Look,
So yeah.
we we've spoken about getting cooches waxed here, so we're good.
Yes, darling. Yes, sweetie. We're always good when Magenta's around. Why are you gagging, darling? You know she brings it in.
Let's see what's next. Uh, all right. So you told us that you were doing the performing thing, or you were going to do the performing thing. Is that something you still want to do, like perform in front of a lot of people, dancing? Do you sing?
Yes, I would genuinely like doing comedy. Um, but stand-up comedy in, you know, it's a tough gig.
Oh yeah.
Genuinely it
Mm,
is.
mm.
It's sort of like, you know, the one or two artists that, you know, sort of sing, they can't really sing. So they only get jobs at, you know, I don't know, level B or C bars. And, you know, they normally book them on like those days where they're not really busy. So, you know, I have a great stage performance. In other words, I'm not shy when it's, you know, live person. We did do dancing, and then COVID closed that down because there's no
Yeah.
person-to-person contact dance. Obviously now it's all open. A lot of the studios have closed. So yes, I would like to do backflips in 9-inch heels and, you know, grind my pelvis into the stage. But yeah, you know, yes, it's a tough audience here in Cape Town.
All right. Um. All right. So this one's a bit. This question is probably going to show my own ignorance a lot.
That's fine, darling.
All right.
I'm
So
the bigger person.
going through your videos on YouTube,
Mhm.
except of course for the Halloweeny ones.
Sorry,
Okay.
the game was called Find Yourself. Find Yourself, but I
Oh,
broke the
okay,
chain.
okay.
Carry on. Yes, yes, yes,
So,
the Halloweeny ones.
except for the Halloweeny ones, like the Pinhead looked awesome, by the way. Pinhead and all those. I noticed that you do change your look a lot. Um, is that something special to you, or is that something drag queens do? Because I always thought that they had one look and they stay with that look and style.
I think of myself very much as a versatile drag queen. In other words, I've got to be able to perform different roles and different, you know, I've got to be, dare I say it, flexible or
Very
um,
flexible.
yes, yes. But the word that I'm trying to ignore is versatile. But anyway, anyway, Party City, Halloween drag.
Okay.
But also I like period. Sorry, not that. Period as in 1860s and
Oh,
1660s, you know, like antiques, you know, sort of, you know, I like as you can see with the hair, you
yeah.
know, big grand hair, darling, dripping diamonds, sweetie. I've got a specific look. In other words, I like to cut my cheeks and that sort of thing.
Mm,
But I like changing it up. But magenta is a unique flavor, an acquired taste. So once you get the taste, you know exactly that's magenta, and that's magenta, and that's magenta, and that's magenta. And I think that's the part of the drag that has a certain look. So I do have a certain look. But you know, the rule to drag is you never wear the same wig or outfit more than once. Unfortunately, I have to upcycle them.
okay, okay, smart. Um, all right, so we're gonna call this part one.
Right?
And then when we return, we're going to take some viewer questions.
All right.
So we're gonna take a short break where I'm gonna put on a full screen.
All right.
And then it'll be about let's say 5 minutes. And we're back, guys. I hope everyone's had their refills or they're empty.
Whichever, darling.
Hello to everyone who's joined. Again, we are here with the fabulous and very naughty Magenta LeSage.
Hello, darlings.
Yeah, so we're starting off immediately with, do we have any viewer questions? Is there anyone who has anything they would like to ask Magenta?
Oh, no.
All right, Dangleberry's got one, the real Dangleberry.
Ooh. Oh, Dangleberry. Hello.
And Mobile. All right, go ahead, guys. Okay, start off. Hello, you gorgeous lump of beauty.
That me?
Yes, that's you. She's talking to you now.
Oh, hello, darling.
I'm just gonna ask a silly little question.
Go for it.
Okay, here we go. Oh wait, she's asking. My question is, what is your favorite put down?
My favorite put down. Is this now for a bloke?
I'm not sure what put down is. You guys are gonna have to teach me.
You know, this is, I know it's 18 plus, but I've got to keep it PG still. You know, my favorite one is, you know, well, this goes for both sexes. You know, darling, you should rather keep quiet and let people presume you're stupid instead of open your mouth and confirm your stupidity.
Ooh.
And the other one is, well, you know, I think it's been all over TikTok, but it, you know, was always one of my things, especially in high school. Some people say I'm a sweetheart and a darling. Other people say I'm a total cold-hearted bitch. Believe them both. For I do not treat people badly. I only treat them accordingly.
Nice. I like that.
And then the last one is when a bloke tries his luck with me and it's like, I go, credit card, please. Swipe. Sorry, honey. Money's no good here. And then we just go along with it.
I love that.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. And then obviously one is a great quote from AbFab. Does your mother know that you're here?
bloke Nan says, throw shade fully. It's 18 plus here.
Okay. Well, honey, never mind. Don't mind that, darling. The neighbors are orgasming again.
I just want to answer my mod here.
You're answering your mother.
No, my moderator.
Oh, sorry, darling. Sorry. Oh shit! They're watching this live. They're going to cancel me. They warned me. You naughty boy. You.
Moderator's like, Twitch just messaged us. They say it's great. Keep on going.
Fabulous, darling. Fabulous.
You guys can keep asking questions, and I'll ask as we go along. All right. So, do you see yourself as a gamer? Do you like? I call myself a gamer because I've always been gaming. Do you call yourself a gamer? Do you see yourself as a gamer?
Of course I do. You know, I've been gaming since I think. Look, we started with Nintendo back in those days, so we're talking about late 80s. You know, the cartridge, and then you had 100 games on it. Fancy, you had 1,000 games. Only 10 of them worked. But anyway, you know, that was Nintendo started with when I was knee-high to a grass. And then we went over to PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Then when we moved to Cape Town, we sort of lost track of that. And then the PlayStation 2 came out. We had that chipped and we, you know, sort of just played across the board. And then when I started my career when I was 21, it was a sort of full-time 17-hour-a-day job sort of thing, studying and then working at the same time. And it's only been the last 10 years? No, no. It's 6 plus 12. Yeah, you know, so let's make it 20, 17, 18 years that I've been Xboxing. I was lucky enough to get a brand new Xbox, which still runs to this day as if it was newly bought. And I've got everything from Dead Island to all the Resident Evils to all the Silent Hill are my favorite, except for The Room. Somehow that was never released on Xbox. It was only PlayStation exclusive.
Okay.
And yeah, so I mean, already by when we had Dead Island 1 and 2, then we've got all the Lara Croft. And, you know, we back in the PlayStation days, play Metal Gear Solid, which was a first person shooter, which I was never any good at. But, you know, I'd play. And going, going from controllers to keyboards and then, you know, sticking to one thing for about, 4 years and then moving back over and that. You know, gaming PCs are, between 28 and 40,000. So where a new console that comes out every, year costs you between 7 and 12,000. You know, the Xbox, the latest one, if you buy the full Pro, it's about 13,000. So at the end of the day, you've got to make that conscious decision to move over to PC because you pay the 40 grand. All right, I'll do a lot of jobs to pay for that. But anyway, long story short, and then you just upgrade it as things go along. And at least on a PC, you have access to Xbox games, PlayStation games, where on the consoles, I find that you are limited to, like, let's say The Room from Silent Hill, which was a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have a PlayStation, play it. So yeah, I do consider myself a gamer. Competitive gamer, I think not, because I play to enjoy and to achieve my own satisfaction, not competitive. That's why perhaps I don't do well in car games and sports games and things like that. So yeah, so I do see myself as a gamer. Competitive, not necessarily.
Nice moves.
And I also can't see myself playing Fortnite. I like watching my fellow YouTubers play these games, and I enjoy it. So,
All right. I know Stuart had a follow-up question. He asked, as I get back to it, how long does it take this fabulousness to put together?
Okay, so between the face on its own, between 1.5 to 3 hours, depending on what we're doing. If we're doing cosplay, it can take up to 4.5 hours. Like Pinhead took an awful long time. I also did the Grinch. We couldn't really put on YouTube because by the time I got dressed, I think it was about 39 day, my face had literally melted off my face, because we did prosthetics and, those sort of things. So it was so hot. It was during the Christmas, December, the Christmas filming. I've got photos of, but yeah, so it takes between 1.5 hours to, let's call it roughly 3 hours, depending on how much detail I'm going into.
Okay. All right, so we have our mandatory naughty questions.
Good. Good.
The weirdest / funniest place you have done something naughty.
Right. I'm going to just put it out there and be explicit. I was visiting my mom at her flat, and it was her bathroom on the toilet seat, and I broke it. So, yes. And then I had to explain why was I in the bathroom for such a long time. Because it's got to be a good ride, right? So you got to take your time. You got to reach all the spots. So by that time, we had obviously broken the damn toilet seat. The other place would obviously, yeah, it's sort of a boring one, but I mean, on the tanning chairs and decks of a certain place, and yeah, quite in the open. So back in my younger days, a little bit of an exhibitionist, But yeah, I don't know. So there you put it like this: you can't shock me. I've done it, pretty much done it all.
Okay, okay. I like that.
Yeah, if I have to die now, I'm going straight to.
I don't I don't think so.
No, we don't believe in hell, do we? No.
I mean if that's where everyone's going, then I kind of want to go there.
Yes, I want to beat up my exes. Really, I do. So, darling, this is what you could have had. Instead, you settled for someone else's ex. You think you scored? Anyway, moving on.
um, are toys welcome in your bedroom?
Yes, but I like the fleshy ones, not the plastic ones.
Learn how to do that.
You know, it's got to look. I like the real thing. You know, if it's got to be toys, then they've got to be big, and there's got to be a lot of them. Yes, I'm still a virgin. Don't worry.
Oh my. Dangleberry's got another question for you.
All
Um,
right.
do you ever do any vids on makeup tips for guys and or gals? Asking for a friend.
Yes, no, no, indeed, indeed. I don't really do that. I think the YouTube and the internet is flooded with them. And look, I mean, I'm going to be quite honest. I had a bit of skin when I was a young boy. Went on the Accutane, even got a bit of sun cancer. Had it cut out here on. Well, you can't probably see now, but yeah, it was was about that deep. So you know, I've got terrible. Well, I had terrible skin, so it takes quite a bit of artistry to get it looking flawless and smooth. My only advice there would obviously be buy excellent quality foundation. But no, I don't do tutorials on makeup. Why would someone be interested?
Well, I think that a lot of people would be interested, to be fair.
Okay. Well, it's something I can consider. Like I said, another channel.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry. The other channel that I'm hoping to start very soon would be my urban exploring channel.
Mm.
And obviously, as you guys have heard, it takes we get up early, we get up about 6, and when I say we, it's me and my alter ego. And then you sort of got to make sure you're smooth as a woman would be on the face, and then you got to make sure that you moisturize and all that. So after doing 3 to 4 hours of then you got to start gaming or go out exploring. So one day is literally one channel. And if I work, let's say Tuesday to Saturday, then I've only got Sunday, and then Monday. If I was to start the second channel, you'd want a crew with multiple cameras and that sort of thing. They're not always available on a Monday. And then that to swap. You see, already it's getting complicated. So
Yeah,
for me
yeah.
to do a makeup tutorial, now when one does a makeup tutorial, you take the time to explain, and you've got to explain it in more than one way because not everyone's brain receives the message the same way or digests it. So instead of saying you got to cut a crease here and you got to contour, and then someone goes, "You're saying cut a crease and contour? Like, are those the same or is it different?" Then I'm going to explain, no, if you do that, you create a crease, but you've got a contour to take away all the manly constitution, call it, and to create beautiful cheekbones. I've got beautiful cheekbones naturally, that I can say. But yeah, so it will take literally a whole day per channel. So once again, my next channel or my heart is set on the Urbex Explorer, that sort of thing, which I'm hoping that we do this year, really. Now with all most of the things being eased up on,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the restrictions and that sort of thing, one can go more exploring. However, with the lockdown, we've had a lot. Okay, now I've got to speak very diplomatically. We've had a lot more migrants move in everywhere. So it's a dangerous thing to decide to do now.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm going to Dorner the shit out of you if you come close, but you're still putting your life and the crew's life in danger.
Yeah. Shady wants to know. Um, he says now I must know what Magenta drinks. Not the fancy stuff, but the go-to drink.
Go to drink. I've got three. Is well, I said to Salty before we started this, what does he drink? And he said beer. I said, fine, fucking fine. So finally, somebody that drinks beer with me. So I like Black Label. It's a bit higher in content and alcohol. Second go to would be gin. And then the third one is Long Island iced tea, martini, and then. But if I had to just choose two, my favorite is Jack Daniels with a Black Label, and then you alternate, and then I could, quite easily be happy with that the whole evening.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm not a brandy guy myself, but a good beer.
Yeah,
I'm very into Guinness now.
Yeah, you see, brandy, me, and men, it's a volatile concoction because then I want to dance with everyone.
Before I can ask this, I need to know whether you know what it is. How are you into anime culture at all?
Yes, I am. I've been planning on making. God, the neighbors are noisy today. But anyway, long story short, I'm planning on doing a whole anime series
Nice.
of big ponytails with big curls. And yes, I am totally into anime. And I tried the anime eyes once. It's where you put bottom lashes down here, and your lashes go up there, and then you paint this all white, and then you get the sort of lips and mouth. So I was just looking at myself to make sure that I'm demonstrating it properly. Um, so yes, I'm totally into anime, and my favorite anime is. You guys saw the new version, but I back in 1994 watched Ghost in the Shell, the original anime,
Me too.
and I tell you, it was brilliant. You guys should see if you can find it. We watched it on VHS, and it's nothing like the new one that you all saw released. I think about 8 years ago. So the one that I watched in about 1994 was brilliant, and that is what sort of let me realize that I'm completely different to other people, and I see the world different than other people. There's a lot of things where people say, oh, there's a glitch in the matrix that we live in and all that sort of thing. And then I think to myself, yes, but if that's true, then probably 2 out of 3 of our viewers must be robotic in some sort. And then I think, but if my brain doesn't work the same as others, or maybe I just accept that my brain's completely twisted, and the others haven't, then their program must be malfunctioning. But yes, anime definitely big fan from that.
Dangleberry is asking,
Oh, hello, Dangleberry.
did you ever watch? Now this is gonna give me PTSD because I saw it as an 11-year-old. Also, Gus and Shell's probably might very well be the first time I saw animated boobies. Um, when she drops down from the building. Oh,
Yes,
such an amazing scene where she goes invisible, and it was just so beautifully drawn. It's a masterpiece.
definitely.
That and Akira,
Yes.
absolute masterpieces drawn art. Anybody wants to know if you ever watched Legend of the Overfiend?
No, no, I
Lucky
haven't
you,
watched that one.
lucky
Oh,
you.
okay. Why? What's it about?
It is a horror gore. I'll go as far as to say hentai.
Okay.
Yeah, it is
All right.
very sexual. It is very explicit,
Well, then
gory.
maybe I should watch it then.
Um, lot of penises.
Oh, in that case, I'm gonna watch it, honey. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Can I find it on YouTube or is it on XTube? I don't know which one.
You might have to. You'll probably find it on XTube. You you might have to download it from a torrent site. It's very old, but yeah, it is. It'll never leave you. It will never leave you.
Sweetie, there's a lot of things I've done in my life that never leaves me. You know, 1 o'clock in the morning when I wake up, I'm like, I miss it so much. Don't worry, I'm better than that. I have risen above that. I miss it. It was the best days of my life. Anyway, so there's a lot of things that haven't left me. So, you know, what's one more brain damage item?
Mobar asked, did you like the live action version they made of Gits?
You look, live action versus, yeah, I suppose I did, you know. What can I say? When something is originally comes out in a certain form, it has best impact. Obviously, when time progresses and technology and special effects get better, you know, the remake or the live version, it's like watching a musical live. Let's take the Rocky Horror Picture Show again. You know, one of my favorite movies. Going to a live show. It's not the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but it's definitely a impression or a version of it. If that answers the question.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to now. We've reached the point where we are going to do a little challenge that I've told you about.
Okay. Yes.
So
yes.
I'm going to send you. I'm just going to change to the my cam only, so I can minimize you and send it to you.
Okay.
Magenta
You're going to
will be
send
right
it on
back.
Discord, right?
Yes, that's right. All right, Magenta will be right back, guys. Paste. There we go. You should be able to just follow that.
I can just click on it, right?
Yeah. Yes. Then what you have to do is, after you've
It says
clicked on it,
yes.
you have to share your screen.
Screen. All
Yes.
right.
And then that will pop up on our screen. Okay, so here's the rules. All right.
All right.
So the rules are you get one warm up, so you get to try it once.
Okay.
Okay. Then you get your official attempt. And then if you're unhappy with your official attempt, you get to gamble that attempt by trying again, but you don't get to go back to the previous points. If you do worse, you get that one.
Right. It's going to be a train smash anyway, but here we are. I'm game for anything, darling.
Okay, so you can just click on challenge.
Challenge, right?
And then
shop at SA's leading.
no, that's just a fishing thing.
I'm just going to close that.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. So I press the play button.
That's correct.
Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, shit. All right, so I must get it in the bullseye, right?
Yes. All right.
Okay, well, that was the warm-up round, so let's do the actual game.
Okay.
Right, let me get this mouse fucking sorted. All right, here we go. Right, you all watching? That was accuracy 80%, right? Not bad. All right, okay. So let's go. You can all hear me clearly.
Yes, yes.
All right, darling, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Fuck off. Fuck you all.
All right.
That was 100% accuracy. My God, high target 5.
All right. So you got 5 points.
Right, is that good score?
It's a little on the low end. You might want to go a bit quicker.
Well, I am bottom, you know, so I'm always on the low end.
I prefer tops. So, okay, you can gamble that 5 away by trying again.
What score are we looking for, darling?
The previous scores are around 30, 40.
Fuck me, George. All right. Okay. God, okay, let me just move the mouse to right in front of my bloody eyes so that I can see what I'm freaking doing. All right, maybe. Okay, we don't need the mouse pad, right? Okay, so we're going to hear lots of banging, right? Because that was my initial problem. Right, so let's gamble this. I've got to get higher than a 5. So, right, 1. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Right, here we go. Fuck me, George.
You got 7.
Well, I suck at first-person shooters. Okay,
Yeah.
genuinely,
That's all
I
right.
suck at a lot of other things too. I mean, really.
It
All right, yay! 700% accuracy, final speed. Too fucking slow. You know,
there
that's
we
what the
go.
one damn game said to me. You're too fucking slow. I'm like, what? What?
Shady. Call me George.
Uh,
Wait, what?
there we go. You know, honestly, or Frank, whichever frankly matters.
All right. So, um,
Now, how do we get out of this?
technically, okay, I've got you on screen again, so you can leave that, or you can just close it down.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's that one. All right, so let me go back to my telescope. Oh, hi! There we are.
Hey,
Hey, girls and boys and auntie men.
so
Right, sick. Yeah.
before we end it off, we have a request from the viewers. Can you please say, "Fuck me, George"?
Fuck me, George.
One more time.
Fuck me, George. Yes, yeah, I say that a lot in my games now. I got to edit them out because I don't know. You know, sometimes when you watch my games, you get that little pink lip that goes, I'm like, fuck me, George. Fuck me, George. It's like, yeah, I still haven't met George yet, but if there's a George out there, please let me know.
All right, guys, remember to clip that.
Shit.
All
All
right.
right.
So, everyone, first of all, Magenta, thank you for being here. Thank you for gracing us with your fabulous beauty and fabulous stories. I had a lot of
Thank
fun.
you, Tom.
I hope you did.
Of course, yes.
Guys, thank you for being here. Remember to go check out, let me get that link again. Remember to go check out Magenta's YouTube channel. Give it a like, give it a follow, give it a subscribe, and don't forget the bell. On YouTube, the bell is very important. So always click the bell. You said you had some socials?
Yes, I Magenta Le Sage Gaming on Instagram. I haven't updated it for a while though. And then there's Magenta Le Sage on Facebook. Those are my two socials, and then obviously on Discord. I'm just a person on Discord. It's Magenta Le Sage on Discord, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah. But I also just want to say thank you very much, SaltyTrooper, for having me. I hope that we're having a follow-up, interview. No, I'm joking. So thank you very much. Yes, and thank you for all your viewers who've come out to see me and for all the compliments. And yeah.
A little dragon has whispered in our ears that you also have a TikTok.
Yes, oh shit. Yes, I have. I do have a TikTok. Oh my lord, some of those TikToks are very good, and some. Oh my lord. Yes, I do have a TikTok. You're correct. Once again, yeah. I just do PC, Xbox, and the rest. It's like, oh yeah, I do have a TikTok account. Shit. Oh shit, I haven't loaded anything on there. I think my worst is Facebook. I think the last time I loaded on Facebook was last year. Yes, when I started my YouTube channel, and then are we going over time?
Go ahead.
Oh, and then Instagram I do every now and then. You'll see my fur babies on Instagram, and also yeah, some of my work is on Facebook, definitely from the earlier days until now, and you can see how I've progressed. Yeah, so those are my 4 handles, if you want to call them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. So that's where we will call it. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for all the support and the love. We both love you very much, and we appreciate you guys' support. And we'll probably raid out. This is the thing we do on Twitch. We raid to a different channel.
Oh, no, that's cool.
Yeah, it's our way of supporting each other and stuff like that.
Definitely.
I think we are going to raid out to our channel waifu today, Octogeisha.
Geisha.
Yeah, Octogeisha is a really, really cool gal.
Oh,
I
fabulous.
love her to bits. So I'm gonna remember how to do this.
Has she got 8 arms or 8 legs or 8 what?
Oh, she's got 8 amazing tentacles.
Oh, fabulous, darling. Oh, it's octopusy.
So yeah, guys, thank you very much. Stick around for the raid. Again, Magenta, thank you. I'm definitely gonna contact you for some
Be a god.
co-op.
Be a god.
Well, yes, we're gonna drink some beer together and some co-op horror games, I think.
Yeah, I think so too, definitely. I think it'll be great. And when I do start a Twitch account, then you're all invited, honeys. You know, the Southern Belle, she'll just be on there like,
Of
and we all
course.
just get together. Yeah,
I can't wait.
definitely.
I can't wait. All right. We have to
Right.
wait 9 seconds, 10 seconds. This is always the awkward part because I forget that there's a wait. And then I sit here going like, yeah, okay, so guys, thank you again. All right. Bye everyone. We love you. See you next time. Go check out her YouTube channel. She's amazing. I've been watching her content for the last I don't know how many days to try and get to know Magenta, but I'll definitely be doing it more. And yeah. All right. Love
Super
you.
cool.
Bye bye.
Bye.